Under the economical point of view, the climate change is an externality and represents the biggest market failure that the world has seen. This means that the production cost of some goods or service are not reflected in the market price. In other words, the climate change is an activity that affects others without them paying for them or being compensated. For years, trade relations worldwide have revolved around two theories: comparative advantage and competitive advantage. These two argue that countries must be specialized in the production and export of those goods that they manufacture at the cost relatively lower compared with the rest of the world. This idea has taken us to a dynamic of overcrowded competition, where the sole purpose was to lower production costs and thereby gain greater efficiency by using all available resources to be more productive than the competitors. This has had catastrophic consequences on the environment and the quality of life of workers, has created inequality, has increased social problems, and a number of problems that are not worth emphasizing. However, when we became aware of this situation, we saw ourselves in the task of changing the way we understand the dynamics of the market and began to make efforts to restructure that thought. The main problem is that climate change generates uncertainty in the market and its effects cannot be easily measured or predicted, so that the logic of production and commercialization must be in debate. Besides, the standard theory of externalities says that it could be solved by taxation of the emitter equivalent to the marginal social cost, the allocation of poverty, rise with trending, and direct regulation. But here we have many jurisdictions, weak representation of those most affected, that is to say the future generations, long-term horizons and a global scale, major uncertainties and important interaction with other market failures. Thus, whilst the standard theory can provide themselves initial insights, we have a much deeper and more complex economy policy problems. We have a problem of intertemporal international collective action with major uncertainty and linked market failures. The result of this debate was the creation of a global integration framework. Became climate change is global, its origins and its impacts. So an effective response must therefore be organized globally and must involve international understanding and collaboration. Collaboration, if it is to be stabilized by sustained, must be underpinned by a shared appreciation. The incentive structures must be such that solutions are incentive comparatively, and country by country political supports must be built, and this is what will sustain policies over time. Public support for the action will be founded not only on the recognition of the magnitude of the problem, but also on the realization that it is possible to construct collaborative policies that are effective, efficient, and equitable. It is a great responsibility of economists to help design those policies, and they must do so urgently. And international discourse is moving quickly, and key decisions have to be taken right now. It is true that the debate does not stop here, and much less the actions aimed at solving the problem of climate change, because this has a great impact of the global market, so it is necessary to do more research of the challenges and respective the markets have in the scenario like the current one.